Rashid Nezhmetdinov was a Russian chess grandmaster who is known for his brilliant and creative play. Born in 1914 in Kazan, Russia, Nezhmetdinov began playing chess at a young age and quickly developed a reputation as a formidable player. He competed in several national and international tournaments throughout his career, including the Soviet Championship, where he finished as the runner-up in 1950. The game we are looking at today was played in 1962, where Nezhmetdinov is playing with the white pieces against a top player in Oleg Chinnikov. The game began with e4, c5, knight f3, knight c6, d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4, g6, knight to c3, bishop g7, bishop e3, knight f6, bishop c4, castles, bishop b3 and knight to g4. Knight a5 was a move often played in the past by black but was no longer played after white gains an advantage with e5, knight takes b3, e takes f, knight takes a1, f takes g7 and a brilliant advantage for white. It was noted Fischer had played this variation against Reshevsky, but black played 9 knight e8 and lost after the superb bishop takes f7, king takes f7 and knight to e6, winning the queen. The game continued queen takes g4, knight takes d4 and queen to h4. Black played queen a5, white castled and black stuck their bishop on f6. This is the critical moment. This is a theoretical drawn position. The queen cannot go to f4 or g3 due to black's plan to play queen takes knight on c3 followed by a nasty fork on e2. The most likely scenario in this position is a draw due to white playing qh6 followed by black playing bishop g7 with a repetition of moves. No doubt black thought the work was done for the day and was certain Nezhmetdinov wanted to get some rest that day. But things took an unusual turn when Nezhmetdinov began to think and use an incredible amount of time. Slowly the clock ticked by, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Chinnikov was strolling around the chess hall when a youngster ran up to him. Mister, he has sacrificed his queen. Chinnikov swiftly returned to the board and didn't stroll around at all after that. Back to the board, Nezhmetdinov played the incredible sacrifice queen takes f6. Winning the bishop and the knight for the queen and counting on black's terrible development. Chinnikov played the best disrupting move with knight to e2. Diverting white's knight from the center. Knight takes e2, e takes f6, knight c3 and rook to e8 were played. Critics thought black should play d5 here. However, knight takes d5 or Nezhmetdinov's idea of playing bishop to d4 were also good plans for white. After rook to e8, Nezhmetdinov played knight to d5 hitting at the f6 pawn. Black played rook to e6 to defend. But no came bishop to d4 once again hitting f6 and black defended with king to g7. White got even more pieces active with rook a to d1. Black played d6 to try to develop the bishop. But now white is getting active with rook to d3. There was bishop d7 and white slots their rook to f3 and attack f6 again. Black hits white's rook and white counters with bishop c3 hitting the queen. The queen retreats to d8 and now white played knight takes f6. If black decides to play bishop takes f1 then knight g4 check followed by bishop takes e6 is crushing. Black instead blundered here with bishop to e2. Nezhmetdinov found the strongest reply with knight takes h7 check. The king hid on g8 and white followed in with rook to h3. Black moved their rook to e5 to blunt the dark squared bishop, but white attacked with f4. Black could survive here if he played rook to h5. Knight f6, king f8, knight takes h5. G takes h5 and rook to f2. White has the initiative with those two taking bishops, but it's not so clear if black could gain some counterplay. Instead black played bishop takes rook. White recaptured. Black developed with rook to c8 threatening to sack itself for the bishop. White moved the bishop and black played b5. Pawn takes rook here looks like it wins material, but in fact it gives black counterplay with pawn takes rook, pawn takes pawn, and suddenly the queen will come to d1 with checks. Instead Nezhmetdinov played ung5 threatening f7. Rook c7 defends the pawn, but now comes bishop takes f7 check anyway. Rook takes f7 and now the point. Rh8. Check. King takes and now knight takes f7 check with a family fork. The king moves and white takes the queen. After several more moves black resigned the game. White has two pieces and a pawn for the rook. Undoubtedly, this is one of the best games in chess history. I hope you enjoyed. Please do comment, like, and consider subscribing for more chess content, and check out some of the channel's other videos.